So let me talk about the 6 most common marketing mistakes. I know you guys love marketing, and marketing was one of my thing and still is my thing at All Star. The first marketing mistake is doing what everybody else is doing. If you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get what everybody else is getting. And that's poor results. We don't want what they're doing. So what does everybody else do? Just enough to get by, last minute preparation, putting out fires. I heard that here discussed today. We're not being proactive. Marketing with no focus or intention. And we're not training. Not you guys, but everybody else does that. So consider this and just kind of jot this down here. Everybody's got a website. What makes yours different? How are you different? Everybody is doing marketing. How are you doing it better? And just one word or two, not a whole sentence, just quickly. Boom, Freudian, bam, whatever comes out. Everyone answers the phone. How are you doing it better? And Tim Benson is cheating. What are the best doing? What is Marty doing? What is Tim doing? What are the best out there doing? What are these amazing, your colleagues here that have 12,000 students and, taking over the world? What are they doing? We want to model what the best are doing. That's what Tony Robbins always taught us. The second marketing mistake, and put a hand up if I'm going too fast, I'll take a second. The second marketing mistake is trying to market to everyone. If you market to everyone, you get no one. So we want to be very specific in who we market to. So there's this idea of the fisherman story. So you have this traditional fisherman and this legendary fisherman, and they're all looking for fish. And the traditional fisherman was thinking, how can I get better at getting fish? Well, I'm going to study how to be a good fisherman. But the legendary fisherman says, I'm going to study fish behavior. And sure enough, we know obviously the legendary fisherman got all the fish, but how? Think like a fish. If you think like a fish, not a fisherman, that's how you get the fish. Translation, to promote your business, think like your audience. So consider, what is your customer persona? Thinking like a fish. And kind of the corollary is, what is your ideal customer? What is your fish like? What ads attract the customers that you want? I call this fish bait. So consider those. The third marketing mistake is discounting. This guy. Goods and services are not the same. And the more you discount, if you discount, you're going to have to then do more volume in order to counter the way you're discounting. And your quality is at risk, and you impact your customer relationship. So don't discount. Consider to your mind here, as you write this down very quickly, are you discounting, and do your margins make sense? It takes a lot more sales to be able to overcome when you discount too much, right? The fourth marketing mistake is selling yourself. The problem is most customers are not buying your products now. And Chet Holmes was the division that I work for. He was the business division of Tony Robbins International. And he wrote a great book, The Ultimate Sales Machine. And in the book, he talks about this buying pyramid. And only 3% of your audience is buying now. They want lessons. What about everybody else? Well, 7% are open to it. 30% are not thinking about it. Another 30% don't think they're interested in it. And finally, 30%, they know they're not interested in it. So we probably don't want to spend a lot of time with them. But our goal is we want to get people up the pyramid. We want to convert them from don't think they're interested to not thinking about it, to open to it, to buying now. Does that make sense? Push them up the pyramid. So how to target the 70%? Well, we have to cast a wide net. We're going to do a stadium pitch that I'll tell you about in a moment, what that is. We need a lead magnet, opt-in, and follow-up. Now, marketing sources. These are my favorites that we do at All Star. And yes, Google is a big thing, a lot of Google. Every time Marty talks about Google, I got to do more of that. He's right. Email list is huge for us. We have one of the biggest lists in dentistry. I mean, I could close All Star tomorrow and start a whole new business just because I have a list. There's power in a list. I do email trades and email blasts, paid blasts. I do website organic. I do pay-per-click, YouTube, podcast, and social media. Podcast has been great for us as well. The stadium pitch. So this is what Chet Holmes would teach us. That basically here we are. Let's say we're in a stadium. What is going to capture everybody's attention to pay attention? And so I would say something like this. I'll put this at Marty. I'd be like, okay, welcome to Miami Stadium where the Dolphins play. You had to come this evening, but you don't have to stay. If our speaker fails to keep your interest, you can simply get up and leave. So you say, please join me in welcoming Marty, yay. Okay. So the point is with the stadium pitch is we got to get something to get people to stay and listen. If we don't do that, we're not going anywhere in the pyramid. And so I want you to write down, well, I say write down your stadium pitch, hold that because you'll see, I'll give you some ideas of how to kind of work this out. Now, a stadium pitch could be analogous to a tagline or even your elevator pitch. I need something to get my attention. So here are some top performing subject lines. You can take a picture of it. I have my team go through all of our emails over the last 10 years. I said, what are some really good ones that are doing well? Here are some good ones. Your business is hemorrhaging money. Oh, that sucks. Why? I'm going to listen to what that is and how to fix it. The 5 steps to all-star hiring. I see you guys like hiring. You like to know those 5 steps? We talk about that in our podcasts. You can go listen to the 5 steps to all-star hiring. And I would say as well, get on our email list. You don't have to buy anything. Everything you need is at mass, but just grab all of our stuff. Take it, watch it, read it. Wonderful. Enjoy it. Recession-proof cheats. The critical role of great first impression, tired of being told no, motivation, inspiration. All these did very well, high open rates. So that gets the audience attention. Now that we did that, that's our stadium pitch, something that gets their attention, okay? Now we want to do some more copy. So here this copy, this is one of our landing pages. It does very well, right? Look, the one thing 97% of dentists are not doing, and they should. How to reduce turnover by 25% and increase motivation by 500 or 400. You guys would be opted in for that right away. I want to know that. Okay. Simple steps to yield massive results. So these are your stadium pitch power right here. Now, once you have the stadium pitch, you need a lead magnet. You need something to get them to engage with you. And these are ebooks. We have probably 20 ebooks and we're making new ones every day. So I'm saying grab them. You know, take what you can from them. And so what this does is it positions us as the authority when you have a book. I have a book. So like, oh, and he's a lawyer at MBA. He must know something. Whether I do or I don't, I create the impression I do. And that's what you want to do when you're working in your marketing. That's where you want to be the logical choice. After they download the ebook, and I know Tim works on ClickFunnels with you, which is great, then you want to get them into an autoresponder sequence. So we're saying, here's some examples of ours. Well, we tell them now we're live, limited time only, right? And that's what I'm saying, guys, opt in for our stuff. Look at our autoresponder sequence. Copy it. I don't care. Then we do testimonials. Well, so-and-so, they went to our music studio. They had great success or happier. They're now president of the United States. I don't know. It's easy and affordable. And then kind of urgency to make a move and make a change. Action steps. Or things to be aware of. Don't sell, educate, become the trusted authority. When you have a guide or ebook or white paper or something, you are the authority. That's how you get people open. You see now, they're not buying now, but they read your ebook and they go, oh, maybe this might be something I want. And we start getting them up the pyramid. You follow? Create an ebook, as I mentioned, and market that guide. Market that guide, Facebook, email blasts. You can even print them out when you work. All right, the 5th marketing mistake is pay and pray. That's basically, I'm going to spend a boatload of money on marketing and I hope I make some money on it. We don't want to do that. So you got to measure all your marketing. You want quantitative measures phone calls, email inquiries, e-blasts, downloads, clicks, ROI, revenue, referrals. Those are your quantitative. We can measure that. Qualitative, how's my team doing? Morale, enthusiasm, teamwork, happiness, lower stress. We need a way to measure what we're doing, what's happening. What are the quality of the leads that we're getting? Consider, are you tracking? Make a note now, yes, no. Am I tracking all my marketing? If not, do it. Make sure your marketing company's doing it. Do you have quantitative and qualitative measures? Maybe you can list a couple that you have. You know, write down, what's your top quantitative measure that you look at to make a decision? What's your top qualitative measure to make a decision? Make sure you're using Google Analytics. It's free. Use it, if not more tracking. The sixth marketing mistake is having an untrained team. But there's a concern. I've been asked before, what if I train my team and they leave? I don't want to put all that effort and money into them. But I'll ask you this, what if you don't train them and they stay? So ABT, always be training. There's a great line from Atomic Habits, which says you want consistency over intensity. So training one time, this event is amazing, but it doesn't stop here. You're going to keep training with Marty over and over and over again. Consistency over training builds the habit. That's how you're successful. I was talking with a group about this the other night, right? Consistency over intensity. And Heather's like, don't tell them the whole speech. Let them watch it. Okay. Action, tight. Action steps. Train on customer service 20 to 30 minutes a week. Make sure training becomes part of your culture and job requirement. Let's review the 6 don'ts of marketing. Don't do what everybody else is doing because you don't want what they're getting. Don't try to market to everyone because you get no one. Don't discount. Don't sell yourself. Become the logical choice, you'll see. Don't not track results, and don't have an untrained team. And the 6 do's of marketing: focus on your unfair competitive advantage, how you're different. Think like a fish. Focus on quality. Master your stadium pitch. Track everything, and always be training.